You're listening to Bluebird Broadcast. I'm your host, creator, and producer of the show, Milena Karpukhina. Today's production brings us into the world of 1920s New York Lower East Side speakeasies. As Christopher Soucy says, this play is dripping with style, stepping into a bygone era of gangsters and the women who hung on their arms. Written by Rachael Powles, this is Moll. You'll be hearing the voices of Gracie Rittenberg as Frankie and Troy Tripicchio as DiCarlo. Rachael Powles is a playwright and dramaturg currently based in Ottawa, Ontario. Their work focuses on the intersections of the past and present, unknown moments in history, and bringing contemporary perspectives to the classics. Make sure to follow Bluebird Theatre Company on social media to keep up with updates on our audio and visual performances. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Mr. DiCarlo?
Miss Frankie, you got my rent?
More like Mr. Cognetti's got your rent.
I told you typed.
Please, like I'd waste my typewriter ribbon on you before I knew you liked it.
Touche. Busy out there tonight?
Busy enough. The new clarinet is good.
Cost me a pretty penny to get him to play here.
What's wrong with having standards?
Nothing, so long as they ain't at my expense. The girls look good?
Like twinkling stars in the sky.
Just how I like them.
What you're looking for is on page 5, by the way.
Very kind of Mr. Cognetti to leave his assets and his storefront to me.
When you put a bullet in a guy's head, it's pretty easy to convince him you're old pals.
Hey. This is very good, Frankie. Very good. Could have swore a lawyer wrote it if I didn't know better. Type it up, give it to John Hancock. You just earned yourself another month's rent.
You're kidding.
It look like I'm kidding?
You know what I had to do to write that? It's worth 2 months' rent at least.
If I wanted to pay that, I would have hired an actual lawyer.
I prowled around that stupid flower shop for 2 days, putting stuff together to make this sound real. With all I did, I could have been a real detective working to put you in the hole.
Now, Miss Frankie, let's mind our manners in my office.
I'll mind my manners when you pay me, sir.
After everything I've done for you. So ungrateful. You know how many dames would kill to be in your position right now?
Not many.
Found you cold and hungry on the street and gave you a roof and a job, and you still got the nerve to question me.
I'm merely asking for what I know I deserve. Thought you boys were all about giving what people deserve.
God, you are more green than I thought.
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you smoke, Miss Frankie?
When I can.
Ever tried a cigar?
No.
These are from Havana. They smuggle them up in the orange wagons from Florida. Isn't that great? We gotta hide our nicest things in a bunch of fruit. Will your girl get mad if she smells smoke on you?
I don't think she'd mind.
You ever had scotch?
No.
You'll never want moonshine again after this. What's your Christian name, Frankie?
Francis. Francis Gallagher.
You don't look like a Francis.
Betty doesn't think so either. That's why she calls me Frankie.
Miss Betty doing okay these days?
She takes in piecework now.
Honest work.
You would know.
Here. Now you blow out, not in, all right? Just let the smoke sit in your mouth. This ain't like a cigarette. Take your time with it. Enjoy it. Hey, gentle. I like the way you talk, I'll be honest. My old man would have said, you got gumption. Please, half the guys I deal with have got feathers for brains. I gotta make them call me boss or they wouldn't know how to act. You're different, though. They'd kill for a dame like you out in Chicago. You think there's action here? You should see it out there. But you got a lot to learn still.
Like?
How lucky you are to even be in this place. You honestly think that every woman on the Bowery who's working the doors, or making paper daisies, or are selling rotten apples, or friggin' newspapers wouldn't give an arm and a leg to be in one of our establishments? You got a roof over your head, Frankie. You got clothes on your back. All you have to do is type up a few fake wills and not get caught. So don't go getting saucy with me for having a good thing in your life. You understand?
See, this is why I don't talk to you. This is why I just do my business and go home. You think you've got me wrapped around your finger, but you don't. This ain't my life. My life's going to be just fine. We're going to save enough to move uptown and have enough to eat and go for walks in the park and get new clothes and a little makeup. I'm not going to be here forever. And I don't got to be your friend. I could write you out whenever I wanted.
Sweetheart, don't it get tiring lying to yourself all the time?
You know what? I don't have to stay here, and...
But you do, Frankie. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but not a soul in this city cares about us. You go to Copper's tonight and tell them I'm here, they'd say, "Thank you, ma'am," and drop by for a drink. They'd stop in and shake my hand, and I'd throw them a little cash and close down early. And we'd start up again the next night. But suppose I were to walk into the police station and say, "I got 2 dames living together in the basement apartment of one of my properties, and it don't sit right with me." Indecency is a pretty big fine, you know. More than piecework can cover. But I risk that indecency charge. I give you a roof where no other apartment will. Give you a job that keeps you out of the streets and the factories, and you stand there expecting favors from me.
You wouldn't do that to me.
That's why we're always on our best behavior, Miss Frankie. So we don't have to go down that road.
God, you love this. Well, I'm not like you. I don't take pleasure in ruining people's lives.
Well, there is another option if you'd like a little more dough in your pocket. Look, I got pretty much everything. I got these cigars, a thriving business, friends that would kill and die for me. But you know what I don't got that every other associate does? A dame of my own.
If you think I'm gonna be your mom...
Not you. Frankly, look, you're not my type. Not many dames are, but Miss Betty... She'd look real sharp on my arm at the Plaza Hotel on Saturday nights.
I swear to God, if you lay a hand on her...
Now, Miss Frankie...
No. You're gonna listen to me for once. Really listen. That woman is not your toy. I work for you. This is my job. And she's not getting mixed up in this business. She's too good for that. I'll forge your wills. I'll clean up your messes, spy on your victims, because that's what I gotta do to provide. She's not up for debate. Because you know what, boss? I've done enough sneaking around to know that you ain't as put together as you seem.
And what do you mean by that, Miss Frankie?
I know you're full of shit. You sit in your fancy office with these stupid cigars and act like you run the world when the guys at the top hardly know you exist. Because they see through you just like I do. Or do you make your men call your boss when you sleep with them too? You wouldn't hit a lady. Cops may not give a fuck about a bootlegger, but the big shots on the other side of town sure as hell care about a queer. I bet they'd love to hear the truth about the people you're renting to and why you've got such a soft spot for us. And they got real big guns down there. I'll go type up the will. I'd like my cash tomorrow.
Wait. I can give you 2 months' rent, but I can't justify shelling that much money for that kind of job to the big guys. If you come to the Plaza Hotel on Saturday...
Be a Moll?
Just for the night.
Thought I wasn't your type.
There's been talk.
So why put up with it? Why do any of this?
And who else in this city is going to hire a queer? The minute they see a guy coming and going from your apartment, that's it. You make honest money or you can be yourself. Those are the options, Frankie. My hands are cleaner here than they would be in a factory. I get the best of everything, and all I got to do is show up to the right parties and play games with the right people. You do what you got to do to protect the people you love. You of all people should understand that.
You got someone. That's why you rent to me, you understand.
We all deserve a place where we can be ourselves for a while.
If I were to be a Moll...
All you'd have to do is make an appearance. Just pretend we're together, dance a little, make small talk, just to get the big bosses off my back. A few hours tops. I'll have the car take you home right after. And you'll get your extra money, all right? You've earned it.
You lay a hand on me.
I won't. And the more they trust me, the longer I can keep our arrangement going. Maybe get some more property. Make a place for others. Business, nothing more. Type that will up. Have it on my desk by morning.
Why Chicago?
What?
Why do you mention Chicago? They got many girls up in Chicago doing what I do, forging papers?
Never heard of no one but you. If you think there's too much blood here, you wouldn't like it there.
But if I got used to it.
You could go far.
And would we be safe there?
Safer than here. You might even be able to hold hands in the park. But you gotta work your way up.
About the plaza. I don't have a dress that nice. I can hardly keep a pair of stockings clean these days.
I'll make sure you get something nice. What do you like, fox or mink?
Fox.
Done.
Thank you, Mr. DiCarlo.
Enzo. My Christian name is Enzo.
Enzo and Frankie. Sounds nice.
Go home. Your girl will be missing you.
Good night.
Hey, I got the Havanas. The Bowery Place. Half an hour? Okay. I love you too. That dame sure does have gumption.
Thanks again for listening to Moll by Rachael Powles with Gracie Rittenberg and Troy Tripicchio. If you enjoyed this Bluebird broadcast audio production, don't forget to rate the show 5 stars. Looking for something to listen to until our next release? Check out these podcasts.
Do you hate the unrealistic expectations the film industry puts on romance?
But do you love rom-coms featuring the unrealistic expectations the film industry puts on romance?
Then Shenanigans Ensue is the podcast for you.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jane.
And we're two friends with a conditional love for romantic comedies.
And we want to welcome you to our brand new podcast,
Shenanigans Ensue.
Join us every other Wednesday as we explore some of the genre's most loved,
or sometimes least loved,
movies.
We'll give you our unsolicited opinion on every trope,
caper,
and flim-flam the film used and maybe abused.
And of course, the shenanigans!
Hi guys, this is, well, you don't want to know. No, really, it's You Don't Want to Know, the podcast about things that you say that you don't want to know, but you really do want to know. My name is Mag, and I join you every other week and talk about things that make you uncomfortable, but for some reason you can't shut it off. That's the YDWK podcast.
This has been Milena Karpukhina with Bluebird Theatre Company, and we'll see you next time with another release of Bluebird Broadcast.